welcome to another edition of Comic Book Business News. It is I, Josh Goldstein, on 8/28/2020, and here is another episode of Comic Book Business News. And today, Joe Ruby, creator of Scooby-Doo, has died. He was 87. Joe Ruby was the man behind Ruby Spears Animation Studio. And it has created countless of cartoon characters. Scooby-Doo was perhaps the best known. Ruby Spears is the animation studio behind many animation characters and was associated primarily with Hanna-Barbera Studios. Joe Ruby, passing away, leaves behind a legacy of laughter. He's one of the last of the great Hanna-Barbera men to pass away, and perhaps one of the best known. And also, the Zack Snyder cut is almost here. It is got some interesting scenes. Darkseid is in the movie. There's a lot more fighting. There's some superheroes who are left out, like Martian Manhunter. It is a different director for the movie. Zack Snyder, instead of the other director, there was a dispute. What makes the movie unique, besides that, is there was a dispute on how the movie should be finished, and Zack Snyder left the project, but then he had his cut, and he wanted to. There was a movement championed by Aquaman actor Jason Momoa to get the cut out there, and many people felt this was the better movie. So I'm sort of thinking I will see this movie if I can, and then it will probably be on DVD if I can't see it in the theaters. Because I get HBO out of it, but I don't get HBO Plus. So I will see the movie, view it, and see whether the original cut's the best or whether the Zack Snyder edition is the better movie. I know there's an upcoming New Gods movie that DC wants to make eventually, and they have Shazam 2 coming out, and another Batman movie, and a Flash movie. So we'll start with Michael Keaton guest starring as the Batman. So that'll be interesting. Also, that's connected to the next story. Michael Keaton is coming back as Batman in the Flash, so maybe it would be interesting. Some people have said maybe a Batman 1989 comic book, sort of capturing the flavor of the Keaton Batman. So on to the comic books. So looking at our first comic book, Justice League 47. Kind of nice. Looking at this comic book, I might have reviewed it before, but maybe not. I like how they draw this comic book. It's very, very good. This is the Velditi, Barros, Ferrero, and Fajardo. This is John Stewart. No, it is not the Daily Show. Or John Stewart would be a lot more like Trevor Noah. Heh. This is a good one. I'll give it a 3.9 out of 5. It's not the best Justice League. This is Justice League 51. This is I like the glossy comics these days. DC does a good job. A lot of people are afraid of the future of DC. Whether they're afraid, oh my god, our favorite comic book company might be in for some trouble. Hope a lot of people, or Ethan Van Sciver was really paranoid. I'm thinking DC is going to be okay. And they had to make us some unfortunate cutbacks, but it's going to be okay for DC. It's going to be fine. Maybe they'll just maybe they'll just have some interesting, maybe it'll be better. Action Comics 1023. This is getting up there. This is getting to be one of those monumental American institutions. This I forgot to grade this. This is a 4.5 out of 5. This is good artwork. I always like that of the Bendis issues. This is Bendis and Romita, which is a good combination. Bendis and Romita, it's kind of like a good combination. Like one of those great combinations, like one of those great combinations like Wells and Cone. So this is a 4.5 out of 5. But it's better than the other 4.5 out of 5 because it's Bendis and Romita. This is Superman, another Bendis Superman. This has got like a cover which makes it look like a 5, but I bet it's another 4 comic book. What makes a comic a 4 is it's like artwork and a story. You like it's like almost like or I've seen this before in the Superman comic book. After all, it's the institution. It's just another Superman comic book. It's a 4. It's not that impressive. This is like it used to be an Image comic book. They somehow made it into an IDW comic book. But this is one of my friend Carlson's comics he did. So I'm going to be nice to him. See, Gary Carlson art. Gary Carlson writer, art Frank Frosco. Both of them are my friends. It's in color. It's not in black and white. The Image issues were in black and white. This is kind of cool. This is almost what Image issues would have looked like if it was in color. That was almost the cool thing about Image. The Image issues they weren't in color. They lived off the black and white, like the Mirage stuff. This is like better. It's instead of a 4.5, it's a 4.7 because I just no personal favors. I just like it. What makes it not a 5 is it's in color because I almost feel I want to read one of my old Image comics when I read this, but it's not. I almost have all those issues. It was just a nice comic book to read. It was constantly in my box. I remember those issues. They were great. I do not know where they are. Oh, they're in my basement somewhere. Transformers Terminator. Transformers Terminator. Yeah, this is like a recommendation from my friend Sal. This is like you are terminated Megatron. This is like wow. I somehow knew this something evil was up when I looked at some aspects of Transformers. Like wow, like saving Sarah Connor and and the Autobots are helping me. I know it's just like this is kind of like they were eventually going to do this. This is like I almost want to give this a 4. Okay, we have room for 2 more. Wolverine. Wolverine is kind of a cool comic book. I always love Wolverine. It's kind of like it looks like it might be a 3.9. This is not much in the Wolverine comics. It's a 3.5. I do that issue next time. Okay, this is all for today, but I might do two more. This is Wonder Woman 81. This is Wilson, and this is Wonder Woman. It's a nice little tramp. I like the new artist on Wonder Woman. This is, I think this is a very cool comic book. This is definitely a 4. Good artwork. And I'll do one more and then some other stuff. This is one of those really good issues I want to save for next time, because this is like a monumental issue in the history of Wonder Woman. It's got the cardboard stock. They really cared about making this issue cool. I'm saving this for next time. So that's almost all, but I think I'm thinking. So that was really interesting. That was really. Oh, Shinzo Abe also has retired. The manga-loving Japanese prime minister has retired. So that's a lot this week. So that's all for comic book business news. See you next week.